Good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm really good. I went out drinking with everybody last night.
Oh,
Ooh,
Y'all go. That's mine.
I like that. It's like bring a friend.
Mm-hmm. Then I never have to lead generate.
Right. Right. Huh. Uh okay. First time home buyer. So I do classes both on my own. I teach also with THDA, Tennessee Development and Housing Authority, which is our state down payment assistance and closing cost assistance. I think each state has their own that's federally backed. So I hooked up with the people that do the certificates for that. And then I also teach locally. So I teach on my own through the state system and through locally to the MDHA, the Metropolitan Development Housing Agency, that does the programs to get people off of subsidized housing into home ownership. I have different PowerPoints for each one of them, depending on what they need me to focus on, because they also have lenders that come in, inspection people come in, financial people to come in to help them, not be house rich and cash poor. When I do my classes, I also have a financial counselor available, and it's through Operation Hope. It's a national initiative. So you can look it up in your area. They love to partner with real estate agents. Bye Craig. I have used them personally and they are amazing. And so what they do is not just get you in home, but try to get you a solid financial base. So I position as that, but they work with enough lenders and homeowners, real estate agents, to know what's needed to get their credit to hand it off to the realtor and the lender. So I partner with them. I partner with financial planning. So I do a lot of partnering, and also they do the marketing. So a lot of times the lender or their appraiser or their inspector has a budget, so they'll do the marketing. And I love marketing with people that are amazing at social media, because then they'll put in the Instagram, TikTok, put my photo on it, their photo on it, and keep it rolling. And then the follow-up, what Gina was saying, especially the ones where I'm not organizing it, I'm just a part of it. I'll say, if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, put your email in the chat.
Bam.
So I don't have to wait on the organizer to get me their contact information.
Oh, I love that. Can you QR code at the end?
I can, but a lot of them are on their phones doing the class, so they can't.
All right, gotcha. Yeah.
So, and then if they can just go ahead and put it to me in the chat, and I can just save the chat, then I have it. And I don't have to wait. So, because sometimes it's a week before the organizer will get me the stuff. So I've started doing that. I have, right now it's the PowerPoint, but I'm getting together like a booklet to put together to give to them. And then I need to develop a separate drip campaign for them that's targeted towards whatever program that they're going through. I also go to their graduation. And so when I speak and I'm invited to speak, so I'll say something, try to be motivational or funny or whatever, but I will say, I will have, and I may do a QR code for this as well, but I hand out my contact information, and I'm like, working with me, I can get you discounts with your inspection, and different things. I can save you on your closing costs. Talk to me about this. And so I've gotten a couple of leads from the graduations, because the graduation is 2 parts: the people that finish the year-long class, and then the people that have THDA certificates. So the ones with THDA certificates are ready to buy like right then. The ones that class but haven't gotten a certificate maybe have a few things on their credit they have to work out, so they're more 6 months to a year. One thing Jasmine did that I thought that I may go into is targeting renters. So you can, in Really Flow, you can pull that information of who are, I think you can pull up who rent are the addresses. Somehow we pulled it up. So we pulled
You
up,
can
we
pull up all the addresses and then your title company can also pull a neighborhood and pull every single address that has a renter in it. So you definitely have that too. I don't know about getting the name as easily though.
yeah, somehow we did it. Jasmine and I think we put
Okay.
in the rest of a apartment complex and
Oh,
then unit numbers and the
Yep.
name came up. And then we did with Ansel, we did phone numbers.
oh, Really Flow does have oh, never mind. I'm talking out my butt. Never mind. Keep on going.
Really Flow has, like, if you know the address of an apartment complex, you can put that in and get the phone, the names.
Okay, perfect.
And then,
Okay.
and it was pretty accurate. You know, there's some transitory stuff. And then we had it cross-referenced with Ansel to get their phone numbers.
Got it.
And then I think Jasmine had started doing a home, like targeting with postcards saying, hey, would you rather pay your landlord or yourself?
Right.
Or, you know, thank you. So that's something I may go into with the postcards, but those are all first time home buyer thingies.
Mm-hmm. I
That
love those.
I don't know if I missed anything.
I think it's awesome. I
But
really
lots of follow up. Once they engage with me, I'm hooked on. And so I've worked with clients for 2-3 years before,
Yep.
and I've gotten referrals from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love this. Has anyone else got anything for first time home buyer stuff? And let's start shitting some ideas around. Crickets on the other three. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, Anna.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, I was just
Okay.
wondering, Bree, how far in advance did you actually send out the postcards and start marketing to the renters? My thought process was Facebook ads, but that's like the shortcut to everything that is going to
No,
cost.
Facebook ads Facebook ads are wonderful. And I actually got some when I worked with what was his name? Brayden on my Facebook ads. I got quite a few first time home buyers through that, even though the ad was for new builds.
Interesting.
So,
Okay, that's
and
cool.
I quit actively posting and paying for last year, and I'm still getting, and it took them to my KV Core. So if someone had the link from before, but they click it now, even though I don't have a new ad, it still goes into KV Core. So I'm still getting people in.
That's
And
amazing.
and
That I
it's been,
love.
and it goes straight into my KV Core. So even though, you know, like, so they had the link from before in Facebook, they clicked it, they revisited, it goes to my KV Core, it shows me everything that they're looking at.
That's
That
awesome.
part I love. Yeah.
So that's absolutely a good way to do it. I know someone that does Instagram a lot for her first time home buyers, and she'll do like a weekly post on something like, and this would be great for doing, like, asking Chat GPT to do a campaign for you, but she does it once a week and she builds up her engagement.
Mhm.
And so now she's listed as some kind of like super poster or something with Instagram. So her posts are even more visible without her having to pay for it. So that was an organic way to build up her engagement. And so when she does her first time home buyers classes, and when she posts it on Facebook and Instagram, the engagement is super high, and she has really good results. So social media is definitely the way to go. Especially if you have, you know, you can combine that with the postcards.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as at advance, maybe, you know, I'm trying to think. Jasmine was a little bit more successful, was a lot more successful on this. She sent out first she sent out postcards. It was a series of postcards, like first like piquing their interest and then inviting them to the, you know, so she wasn't sending out 1,000 all the time, trying to narrow it down more specifically. Also partnering with apartment complexes Some of them will let you put your stuff in their newsletter.
Oh,
It's
that's genius.
Letter about, because that's like a value added of the apartment complex, and you wouldn't say don't pay the landlord, you would tailor it more friendly. But
That's awesome. And then have you guys done live versus webinar? I'm curious to hear if there's a difference
Mine has
in
all been
either
live.
engagement. Yours was all live. Okay.
Mine was all
I
live
like-
too. Go ahead.
So on the last one I did, I knew what part of Nashville I knew their price point. So I knew what part of Nashville and Middle Tennessee that they could afford. So
Mhm.
I pulled up condos, townhomes, and single family homes and those zip codes within those price points, so that they can do a tour, on the MLS. So it was via Zoom. So I had them already pulled up, and I went through and kind of showed them, different levels of homes, like a little bit more distress that needs some loving, totally move-in ready. Don't sleep on 0 lot houses, why this is an investment. So I do live so I can get the engagement. And then also I get more, like, for more questions, here's my contact information, and so that they can reach out to me, and also so I can get their information. If you give it to me, I'll send you this. The other thing I'm going to incorporate is video. So I'm actually going to go and walk through some properties and talk about, different things to look for, and incorporate that in my Zoom. Banetta does webinars as well. So she'd be a good person for us to get on. She does hers weekly. And I don't know if it's a series that builds on or if it's new each week, but she pays for her content.
Yes, she
and
does.
I don't pay for, I do mine.
I just went on Facebook and typed in first time home buyer, and there's at least 500,000 people easy in different clubs, and that's a conservative thing. I would think that maybe there's hundreds of clubs here, hundreds and hundreds of things on here. I wonder if there would be a way to go in. So obviously you could target that on Facebook. I mean, if nothing else, you could definitely target that people are looking for that, because there's easily, the first group has 404,000 members, 10 posts a day. So that would be an easy thing to grab. I mean, you should be able to get a huge audience off of that.
Yeah.
For sure. And since like my market is a huge hub for relocations,
Texas
Yeah.
is number one in home building.
right?
Period.
That's why I was thinking of doing a webinar as opposed to live, so I can capture the people who are actually not here yet, but are looking to come here.
Especially
what my-
What
Silicon
about a
Valley.
YouTube channel? What about a
Yes,
YouTube channel?
exactly. That's
Also,
what I'm trying to film for.
yeah,
You have the
we're
different
like,
top.
What, love?
but
I'll
don't-
say if you get a YouTube series
Uh-huh.
or recorded your webinar on YouTube, and then people can click the different topics. Like you could do it like a seminar.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So just launch it on YouTube. It's probably gonna have to be like
Or
a
host it.
separate channel from the one that I'm planning on launching.
Yeah. You
But
can
that's
then put it on
great.
Instagram, cut it and edit it. YouTube, record it, house it on YouTube, and then you can market it different ways.
What county is Austin in, honey?
Anna.
Oh, she must have to take care.
Sorry, guys. No, I couldn't press the unmute button fast enough. This kid is crying. I'm so sorry. I can't, Austin is in Travis County, but it's
Travis, that's
bordered by, it's right next to Williamson County. So a lot of people who are wanting to move to Austin end up either moving to the neighborhood, counties like Williamson and Hayes.
Uh-huh.
And some end up coming to San Antonio there.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm trying to find your county because I mean, I know where your money's coming from because I don't know where the Texas counties are. I know your money's coming in from Silicon Valley into Austin. That's a big, huge duh. And in Texas as a whole, it's California, Illinois, because everyone's leaving Chicago, New York, Louisiana, which is interesting, probably to get away from
Wow.
hurricanes. I know, and New Jersey for Texas as a whole. But as soon as I find your county, because I don't know my geography, I really should have paid more attention in school. I will let you know where they're coming from. Tell me, it's just in all of Texas, is Travis in the middle, north, south, east,
It's
west?
central, so it's central.
Okay,
So
perfect.
Travis and Bear are in central. And look, what was the website again that you're referencing?
Oh, I love this. It's called howmanywalks.com and it's IRS tax
Howmanywalks.com.
migration. And what you do with that is if you're going to target a YouTube channel and the people coming in, you would literally go advertise in the areas that
They're
you're
coming from.
coming in. Yeah. Which we are now in Silicon Valley. And the cool thing with Silicon Valley is so many people come in through Silicon Valley on the special work permit visa thing. So they don't buy, they rent. And I know this because I lived there and they will get in they'll go to luxury apartments, but they will get a 3-bedroom and like 10 guys will share it or 12 or 15. And they will put up, like they'll hang like sheets in between a room and divide a room. And that will become, 4 bedrooms or something like that. And they do that all the time. That's just what they do when they first come over to America because they're sending their money back home and, trying to get established. So, but they have money because their jobs pay really well. So that might be a good, it's a good price point and yet still a first time home buyer or either way, it's a good price point to come in to where you are.
And in that case, you can hook up with a lender that does the non-conforming loans.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if they've got a work permit and it's like a, white collar job.
Mm-hmm.
So CMG, the lender that I was telling you guys about,
Yeah,
they're gonna
CMG does
go half and half with me on this. So they're gonna split the marketing costs and everything else. So that's great. And they'll be
Yeah.
on there. Are there any
CMG
other
has a-
specialists? Oh, sorry. Love, go
CMG
ahead.
has a couple of non-conforming products. So
Mhm. Are there any other professionals you guys recommend having on this, on the webinars or on the first time home buyer events, other than a lender, maybe credit repair specialist,
yep, definitely. And I would call it financial,
advisor?
yeah, or not even advisor, financial planning for your future. Like don't limit it just to the credit part because some people are like, well, because so much more goes into it. Your DTI, the health of your financial.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I always say is, I don't want you to be house rich, cash poor. I want you to keep the house. I want this to be an investment. This is a tool for wealth building, thinking beyond the sale and why they should stay with you beyond this one transaction.
I give up on those. Sure.
Yeah,
Screen.
absolutely.
Help me find Travis County. I have looked at this way too many times. Can you guys see the map?
Yes, so zoom in, love. Zoom into Texas.
Oh, plus, hang on.
Oh, there's Mexico.
Hang on. Whoops. That was not where I dang wanted. Back there again.
Oh, it's called
Okay.
IRS tax migration.
Yeah, this is the one. So
Oh, how money walks. I put how many
how
walks.
money walks. Yeah, and then it will subtitle it down how IRS tax migration. View, zoom in. View,
Oh,
zoom
you see where it says Austin, Gina? It's where that green concentration in the middle is.
Yes.
Yeah, up, that's Bear County. Go up, that's Comal, that's Kendall, Blanco, right down. There you go. That's the one.
Yay. Okay, your money is coming from Harris County, Texas, Santa Clara County, Lee County, Florida. That's interesting. Cook County, Illinois, that's Chicago, and LA County, California, that's LA proper. And so that's where your money is going. You're most definitely green. And then you're losing your money where people are moving to, which is like basically nothing. I mean, look, you gained 1.67 billion from Harris County. You lost 4.7 billion to Williamson, Hayes, Bastrop, Burnett, Caldwell. Are these the surrounding counties right around the city center?
You got it. Yeah.
That's exactly what goes on. Whenever there's a place that's booming like crazy, you will see money coming in from outside, and then you will see the money inside leaving to the surrounding areas and pushing out. That's classic. That's Nashville, that's Orlando, it's every single now high price metropolitan area, not like the ones that are fleeing, like, Chicago, San Francisco, LA, Seattle, not those towns where everybody's going, but the other towns where they're booming, that's the pattern every time, every time.
That's
So
awesome.
I would definitely go after, if I was going to do targeted ads, these are the places I would target. And specifically, I would probably target this one, the Santa Clara County one, because I know the price point. Probably these three. Chicago, because everybody's leaving in droves. It's a mass exodus out of that place. LA
Mhm.
and Santa Clara, and because your price points are there.
Mhm.
So
Very true.
anyway, yeah, I love this website.
That's so cool. I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. All right. Thank you for helping me find it. I circled around those green areas because I knew it was down. I'm like, you go to the little section of Texas, go straight over and go down. It's right there. And I'm like, can't find the dang thing. Cannot do it.
I'm so sorry. I thought that they would make it easier to search, maybe like just a search function for the county, but that's hard.
The IRS, you got to know your geography. So, no, I have ideas. I have ideas on Bree stuff. If I was going to build something like that in a different area, I would want to try and find, where can I get a list of government housing? Maybe I can find that through Really Flow, and I can start targeting people on my own who are in government housing. Maybe I would want to find the programs and work that direction, or maybe the partners to put it together if I had to put it together in another area. And then obviously your Operation Hope is brilliant. So yeah, I would start looking at who can I partner with, who knows who, or whatever, to start getting those lists, if that's a direction I wanted to go.
Oh, nice. Oh, so you need to keep that.
My mama wanted to go. I don't know.
Anyway. All right, who else has got some cool ideas or any other thoughts or anything about this? Bree's busy, Kathy Liz. Wow, we're gonna close out then. Anna, you got some?
Sorry, love. Yeah, just a quick question. For putting the presentation together, for getting the word out, especially if I'm gonna try to do as much Facebook as I can, not as much physical outreach, because I feel like that requires more time. How far out would you recommend scheduling something?
Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, so if I'm gonna do an event, I am going to start my planning about 6 weeks ahead of the event.
Whoa.
But nothing is going to be going live okay, good on planning. Nothing's going to go live until about 3 weeks before the event tops. And I'm going to push that second week really hard. And then that last week, the event's on Wednesday, I'm going to push it. It's on Thursday. I'm going to push it every single day, the last few days. But 6 weeks ahead, I'm going to make sure that, I have my systems in place. I got my cards all printed off. I have, whatever I need to get done ahead of time so that everything's already. And then I actually have a Trello board built out for events that says, and these are live in-person events. So it's a longer, because you got to get the venue. So it's this many weeks out, you do this many weeks out, you do that, and everything backdates from the date of the event. And then it goes all the way through to the day after the event's contacting everybody. And the day after that, at the very latest, is going back over the event and just taking an hour and sitting down and going, what went really well and what did not go well. And then adjusting it for the next time and building that into the beginning of the next event that you're going to do. But it's always the same sort of checklist thing that once you build it, it's a checklist. That's it. We're going to do an event. You pull it out. Here we go. We're ready to go.
Exactly. Okay, love. That sounds great. Thank you so much.
You are very, very welcome. Does anybody have anything else? And Bree asked me if we're still meeting today. And Bree, I don't have us down, but we can meet.
Oh, okay. Yes.
What you need?
When's good for you?
Like
noon or?
At about 1:30 is good for me. That's
Okay,
perfect.
so 12:30 my time?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect. I'm sliding you in right now. And
All
then
right.
I'll call you here in just a minute. And does anybody else have anything fabulous to add to this conversation, which was such a good conversation? All right. Well, Bree, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was super good and it's massively full of information. You guys have some amazing stuff. You really do. You have amazing stuff that you could leverage not only for this, but you could also leverage it to bring agents on. You could leverage it to get those relationships with those other agents and help them. Like if you've got a newer agent that maybe is struggling a little bit, come with me, let's do this together. And then why don't you just join with us, and see, maybe do something along those lines if you wanted to. You guys this is an amazing package that you guys have. It really is. So, all right. I'm going to leave you guys with this because my daughter sent it to me and I thought it was amazing and I never had heard about it. And it took me a while to go find the source. So let me find her quote first. Okay. So it's from Maria or Mary the Jewess, which I had never heard of. And she lived around the year 100 AD. And she was one of the world's first, and definitely the first female alchemists. And she believed in alchemy, not only of metals, but she believed in alchemy of the soul and growth. And she was also the person that invented the double boiler. So the bain-marie, that is the Spanish French, it looks like bain-marie, is from her. She invented this thing. Anyway, she said this, and it made me I was like, this is really good. The quote is this, then I'll explain it. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and out of the third comes the 1 as the 4th. So 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and out of the third comes the 1 as the 4th. Here's what this means. I was like, that's flipping awesome. So stage 1 is complete wholeness of self. This can either be because you know yourself or because you've never stopped to look. You walk through life feeling whole. 2 is when you're aware of the wholeness or lack of. You see your triggers, you analyze your emotions, you find the cracks in who you are, and you lose your feelings of wholeness through this process. 3 is when you decide to fix it. You heal old wounds, you create systems for betterment, you accept what needs accepting and forgive what needs forgiving. 4 is wholeness, is 1. And then you repeat, it's the alchemy of the soul. So the quote again is 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and out of the third comes the 1 as the 4th. Written in flipping 100. Isn't that awesome? Blew me away. I was like, that's really good stuff. So now I want to go look at Marie the Jewess, or Mary the Jewess, however you want to say it, and go see what else this woman did on her quotes and all that. And by the way, I just got this, my daughter said, there's this cool thing called 1 is 2 is 3, and out of 3 is 4, or something like that. And that started a crazy long hour search to figure out who this was, what she said, and what it was all about. She goes, she's an alchemist, Mom. She's famous. I'm like, never heard of her. Don't know anything about it. So anyway, love it. So there you go. I hope that your journeys this weekend are fulfilling and full of grace and blessings. And I hope that your blessings are returned, because you guys sure pour out to everybody. So I hope that your arms are open to be able to receive back. That's my hope for you this weekend. So have a great weekend, y'all.